City, Mobile, Alabama, and Hancock Whitney Stadium. Today, a showdown of a couple of foes from the Sun Belt. It's the UL Monroe Warhawks and the South Alabama Jaguars. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Holly Rowe with the latest on the weather.
I caught up with the South Alabama coach before the game. He knows that there's a lot of excitement for this home game, but most importantly, the weather is clear. We were wondering how the forecast would shake out, and it is calm and beautiful. Should be an impactful game here with great weather, great opportunities, and a fast surface. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. The Warhawks ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Sees some running room. He's got enough. There he goes. Smashes through the tackle. And he takes it all the way down to the 26-yard line.
Wow, we knew coming into this one, this offense wanted to start fast. But, David, how about that run and the vision and his ability to spring himself up into the second level, and you saw the speed. That's the kind of play early in the game that'll get your attention.
Get your attention and get the offense rolling. Get them in a rhythm. Like, you're not depending on your quarterback. Your offensive line did a great job paving the hole, creating an explosive on the very first drive. Man, that will get everyone lathered up and excited on this offense.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14.
Here we go. Ready.
Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
3rd and long from the 30-yard line in this defense, hoping to knock them out of field goal range. To the air, it's Jacobs. Looking left. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
And he'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about on that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. Now on the counter. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Kept the last one on the ground. Now they'll throw. Pass is incomplete, but there is a flag, and the D might have been a little too rough on the quarterback there. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. So they'll get a fresh set of downs thanks to that roughing the passer penalty. It's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Jamison. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on 1st down.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebackers swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. This time they'll throw it. Makes the grab. Got 9 yards on the play. It leaves him with 3rd and a yard.
That's a bang-bang play, 3-step slant. They rep this over and over in practice so they can go out and execute it on game day like that.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. Looking to throw for it. They're all over it. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
Punt is in the air. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. South Alabama has it back. The Jaguar offense going to work. So they put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Handoff to the lone back. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Shoots it to the left. The sure hands, it's Marion. He's loose. A giant chunk of yardage picked up there, and they're down to the 24. That last big play has them in business. Just outside the red zone, it's 1st and 10. Looking for a gap, it's Phillips. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. Six-yard pickup on 1st down, leaves them with 2nd and 4. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Martin. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line.
And this offense is kind of showing you a little bit of everything, but putting big plays together, really getting their momentum going. This ground attack now, you watch. They've got a little bit of everything, man. The balance, the structure, the play calling. Right now, they're in a really good rhythm.
The Jaguars have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Dropping back, it's Jacobs. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Jaguars! Quick strike through the air for the score. PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. They've spotted them a 10-0 start. Now to see if they can answer on this drive. From the gun, it's Jamison. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Quarterback will keep it. Oh, he's got some space. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays, and if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
2nd and long here. Trying to do it himself. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Complete to the right. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
And they've dug themselves a hole in this football game. I get it. Obviously, defense has not played great on the other side. But this possession right here, man, this is big. Get the passing game going. Get a little bit of balance going. I think they need to score on this possession to take a little pressure off and kind of get that defense juiced up.
Hauls it in with one hand. He's down right there. Short gain on the grab.
Well, that's about as impressive as a short gainer catch as you're ever going to see. I mean, didn't get the first, didn't go very far downfield, but it was pretty looking. Caught it with one hand. I mean, I guess there's that.
Short completion on first down, and here they are with 2nd and 8. Runs through the tackle. They knock him down inside the 30 at the 29. It's a pickup of 6. They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Stop just short of the 25. They'll mark it at the 26, and that'll set them up with a first down.
And you see this so much in college football, man. Now, short yard situations, you give it to your QB, you get the extra blocker, and it's just really hard to stop, man, because he still is a thrower, and there's still that threat. But nice job being physical on the line of scrimmage by this offense.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Long way to go on 2nd down. They'll move the wide receiver. They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Timed it perfectly to knock it free. Forces a 3rd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Throws toward the end zone. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. We've reached the end of the period. It's South Alabama holding the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Gets the back moving. Drops back. It's Jacobs. Stepping to the right. He'll try to do it himself. Hits the slide, got the first down with his feet.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Motion from the wideout. He'll try the outside to the left. Breaks into the open. He's got the first down. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
I'll tell you, it's nice as a play caller when you know you don't have to call the perfect play. Even if it's not blocked properly, you know you've got guys like him who can make people miss.
And this whole offense gets energy from this guy because they love him, because he does that. He does the dirty work. Even if it's not blocked great, he'll make people miss, and he'll make huge plays for this offense.
Running the red zone, it's Phillips. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Third and long coming up. Looking downfield, it's Jacobs. They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. Headed to the end zone. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Those third downs are hard to execute, and when you get in the red zone, it gets even harder, but this offense did a great job. Now, forget the 3. We're leaving that behind. Now set up first and goal.
And the Jaguars will try to put one on the board on first and goal. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, South Alabama! Effective offense leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, get clicking early, get everything going, want to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. On the move from inside his 5. Slips through the line. He's got an alley. What a great return, and he flips the field to start this drive off, and he just about scored himself. It is so good to have a dangerous return man. The Louisiana Monroe offense heads out onto the field to open this drive. They really need to get points on this drive to sort of steady the ship. Motion from the wide receiver. First play of this drive. Here comes the heat. He sacked this defense all over him.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's second and long here. Where did he go? A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
And I love the play call. Get it to the running back, chew up some yards so you make third down more manageable. 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9, Jesse. Now as a quarterback, I can be successful.
Yeah, and I think the play worked in part because the defense was expecting pass and that down and distance. So it begs the question now on 3rd and long again.
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
This is not going to get any easier. You're already down. You know it's passing situation. Man, you got to protect your quarterback, and they can't do it. This has not been a great day early for this offense.
Kick is in the air. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. The Jaguars offense ready to start this drive. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, Logan.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Sets his feet. It's Jacobs. Throws to the wideout. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the 1st down.
Man, you could tell quarterbacks and wide receivers nowadays, they're so in sync. They understand so much of the details of watch the receiver go deep, sell it, and then sit down. That ball's out, making its way to the wide receiver. Nice pitch, nice catch.
Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9.
Ready. Flag 14. Flag 14. Freeze. Where did he go?
Wants to pass. Throws it deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Looking down the middle. Can't hang on to the ball. He had it right in his chest, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Wide receiver going in motion. First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
Yeah, the defense knew coming into this game that this offense was going to try and throw it down the middle of the field, so they knew that they were going to have to break on passes but also be really physical, tackle the catch, and knock the ball away, and they were able to do that there.
He's there to make the stop.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence.
That quarterback putting his face in the fan, I love it. Coming up quickly, making a tackle in space.
Punt is on its way. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Tells the play fake, wants to throw on first down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
Looking downfield, it's Jacobs. Fires to the wideout. Got a man, it's Jenkins. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Great job by the quarterback bouncing back. Just got sacked the previous play. Now all of a sudden it's 2nd and long, and everybody knows you're going to be throwing it. But he comes right back. He stays in the pocket. He's staring down the field. He's not letting the rush affect him. He finds his open guy. He gets the completion. It's not a first down, but now you're set up 3rd and short. And this all of a sudden looking pretty good for the offense.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
The Jaguars send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Punt is on its way. Looking for room. Makes a move. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Rush right in his face. He's going to run it. Across the 45. A big play, gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44.
That's how you earn your first down the hard way. Really good job by the QB, dropping back to pass, scrambling, getting the first down, but taking a big shot at the end.
It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line.
Here we go. Ready, go.
Fresh center downs going to the air. Caught. No chance to run, but they still move it forward. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Unloads to the wideout. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
That's not an easy throw to hit, I will say it. Dagger throw, it takes time to develop. You really got to sell the route. The quarterback has got to put that in an area and anticipate the throw. Just not on the same page with his receiver on that.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. The pressure on him, and the quarterback goes down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first half. So the first half has come to a close. We'll take a break and head over to the halftime show. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. UL Monroe has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And you can't start the half any better than that. You talk about going in, making halftime adjustments, talking about what they did. It looks like they knew exactly what they were going to do. Come out, read the pass, break on the football, make the pick, and draw first blood here in the third quarter.
Let it go!
From the red zone, it's Martin. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Jaguars! And the stomping has commenced. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Warhawks offense onto the field to go on the attack. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to get to work on this drive. Just had to get rid of it.
And on that incompletion, I think the quarterback was being just a bit too careful, trying to throw that ball too far outside, obviously aware that the defenders are coming from the inside. You don't want to put it behind the intended target and risk the pick 6, but he needs to be more accurate.
Wide receiver comes in motion. On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it first down at the 42. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way.
Here we go, ready. Blue 22, blue 22. Jet.
Sends it back in motion. Looking for room. It's Phillips. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Keep it on the ground. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Keeps it on the ground. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Give to the single back. Stopped right there.
When a running back has had as much success as this guy's had so far, listen, defense has got to cue in. They got to cue in to him. He's priority number 1, number 2, and number 3. That's a good start to maybe turning this defensive effort around.
Ball's at the 22. 3rd and short coming. Can the defense force them to settle for a field goal? Push is ahead. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
And it's a good job by this defense, man. They got him in 3rd and short, but, man, they've got to do a better job. If they want to get back in this football game, they've got to force some field goals. They've got to force some punts. They've got to force something to go their way, and they've got to be better on 3rd down.
The Jaguars come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll move the wide receiver.
Where did he go?
Looking for the edge. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
Playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
14. Back 14. Go, go.
They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. Touchdown, South Alabama! And they take it in for 6 more points. Ready to try the point after. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. So they covered 42 yards on the drive. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. He'll start the return inside his 5. He's tackled, brought down right at the 25-yard line on the return. Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row. Now they've got to find a rhythm.
A CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We got to stop turning the football over.
Quick spin on the run. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down.
We got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line there. They were able to pave the way for a first down.
That kind of play will put a jolt into a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just inside the 40.
Right. Hey, take it. 36, 14, 24 plus. 14, 24 plus. Go, go.
Fresh set of downs going up top. They'll run the screen. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. So after the penalty, a little extra ground to cover on first down.
Down, ready. Where did he go?
Just going to keep it after the snap. Bring him down.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Makes the grab on the left. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down.
Well, the performance by the offense in the first half was very ugly, and they needed to make some adjustments. Give the coaching staff some credit because they did that. This is a completely different-looking offense here on the first drive of the third quarter. They just look like they're playing with energy. They've got a fire lit under them a little bit. We've seen a few schematic tweaks as well, but they need to keep doing this because this is working.
And you could tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
3rd and short from the 22. Is the field goal unit getting ready, or is this already 4-down territory? A run for the quarterback. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays to the passing game.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Using his legs, it's Phillips. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
Sometimes as an offense, you like run plays, and you like running it right into the teeth of the blitz. That's what happened right there. Everybody up front got a hat on a hat, and they were able to crease that defense.
They give it to him again. Pulled down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, move. Let it go.
Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
That's the end of the quarter. South Alabama has the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. On the direct snap, it's Phillips. They forged ahead just a bit, not a lot working with the Wildcat there.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They get him on the ground. The defense knew exactly where they had to stop him, and it's 4th down.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game, and the defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
Louisiana Monroe offense heads out onto the field to open this drive. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. Concentration is key. Have to know the snap count. The false start backs him up. It's 1st and 15. He wants to throw it. It's dropped after taking the hit.
And we've seen a lot of that from this offense, unfortunately. Just quarterback and wide receivers just not in sync. And sometimes it happens and they get out of sync and they don't make big plays. But, man, you're in a huge deficit. You need big plays down the field, so somebody's got to make a play for their quarterback.
Here we go. Ready. Go.
On the move. He'll be dropped. Looking for that first down on 30 short from the 28. Motion from the wideout. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Makes the grab. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
And this game's starting to tick away for this offense, and they're getting in desperation mode. They've got to be able to find a way to make plays in the pocket. It's not going to be the scrambles out wide. You need passing plays deep down the field. They've got to find some way to attack this secondary.
Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. He'll pull it down. Nice job there to limit the running room, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
And we've seen this several times now. Like, he is more than willing to take off and make plays. And you can tell the defense is starting to adjust a little bit. They see it. They know it's a pass, but they had eyeballs on him in his...
No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
Man, how about this offense, man? It's been a rough day.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Needs it here on 4th down. Looking for a huge play. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
On the ground, it's Phillips. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is.
Blue 85. Blue 85.
Direct snap. It's Phillips. They make the stop, but not before the chains move and the wildcat formation pays off.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Lining up in the wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Snap to the back. Defense played the wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain. Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on 3rd down from the 45. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
And the Jaguars decide to punt it away. And it looks as if this one's going to carry into the end zone for a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. On the run, it's Jamison. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2.
Well, this running back has struggled to find anywhere to go, and I think one reason why is this linebacker and his speed. He did a great job there identifying where the ball was going to go. He didn't let anybody block him, made his way to the running back and got him on the ground. Nice job.
That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets him up to the 24.
And that was a pretty good run there for the offense. And listen, I know this game's over, but that's what this offense needs a little bit more. They need a little more balance, a little more easy second down situations with some positive runs on first down. They just need something to get them going, some kind of spark. The ground game might be it in the future.
And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
They kick it away on 4th down. And after the punt, that's where they'll mark it, just outside the 30-yard line.
And these punt returners only get so many opportunities to try to make plays, and do they want to make them? So much space back there when you punt the football. But the thing is, look at all these guys flying down the field, all the speed on the field for that punt coverage team, and you can tell they caught up with it and forced the fumble.
Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. And on 4th down, they'll take a knee, but this one's just about over. Not a lot of drama in this one as they just get punched in the face and lose by double figures.
Not a lot of drama, but there is a lot to fix. On offense, on defense, on special teams. This team, David, they've got a lot to figure out.
Yeah, but you know what, Jesse? The coaches are going to be in a great mood. The bus rides, the plane rides, those will all be real fun. Practice this week, it's going to be a blast.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.